Yo, what's good guys, but I'm Fire here back with another video, and today we're going to be bringing you guys another defensive scheme in Madden 22. Now, for today's video, we're going to go ahead and be running a cover 4 defense, so we're going to be in the nickel 3-3-5 normal formation. It's still a pretty good formation in my opinion, and I mean, if you want, you can actually take the setup and kind of put it into any other formation, but personally, I'm rocking with the 3-3-5 normal today. I haven't made much videos, or I don't even know if I've made any on this year, so I wanted to get back into it. Formation that I might be trying out soon online, and I've already definitely ran in the beginning of the year. So we're going to be running this cover 4 drop in the middle there. Cover 4 drop, cover 4, one of the better defenses in the game, and 3-3-5 has a lot of versatility, a lot of flexibility as far as what you can do with it. Immediately, what you want to do, get those 3 safeties in there. We got Thompson, Simmons, and then we have another Thompson. Again, you're going to have 3 defensive linemen. The rest are going to be defensive backs, safeties, and corners. So overall, you should be pretty good when you go ahead and do that. So as far as our zone drops, we're actually going to leave, I believe, everything on default. I'll check back into that, but I think for our setup, you're going to leave everything on default. Of course, it's going to be a match style cover 4. Some of them have curl flats. This one is one with quarter flats, so it's going to be a match style cover 4. Keep that in mind. But without further ado, let's jump straight into it. All right, so hopping into the setup, what we're going to do first is base align. You notice when you come out against a normal gun bunch defense, initially what the case is your corner is going to be a little bit too close to that other linebacker. So you're going to go ahead base align. Pretty simple there. You definitely can baseline press. I probably would not, but it just depends on which players you have. If you have some really fast corners, if you have some of the better corners in the game, you can definitely go ahead and baseline press. Personally, I would probably go ahead and do it to start. If you get burnt, then switch back, of course. Now, after you go ahead baseline, what you're going to do next is we're actually going to put one of these sides into almost a cover 2 setup, but you'll see what we do. Now, which side do you want? A cover 2. I'll show you what it looks like from the right after, but we're going to go with the short side of the field always. So in this case, we're on the left hash mark. That means that the left side is going to be your short side. So you're actually going to put this X cornerback in a cloud flat, and then you're going to go ahead and actually put your free safety there with the Y or triangle icon in a deep half. So here's a look at your setup. Again, it's important that you run this on the short side of the field. Doesn't matter the formation, whether it's bunch, whether it's gun trips. Again, does not matter. And taking a look at what else you have, we're just going to run these guys default. We'll show some different adjustments involving these hook curls, whether you put them in a spy, man them up, do whatever you want. But we'll just run this play like so for this first setup. So again, let's just set it up, snap the ball, and you see it's going to be pretty good coverage all around. Now again, you do have to be a little bit careful with your user, and I believe you can actually adjust your flat zone drops. So again, keep that in mind that you should be able to adjust your flat zone drops. I believe I think the quarter flats fall under the curl flat category, so I think you can still run cover 4 with the match and keep that cloud flat on your field. So I believe you should be good. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. Now, again, there are holes in a simple cover 4. Keep that in mind that you're not going to run cover 4 every single play. You're going to mix it in with other plays. So just want to let you guys know that as well, that you're not going to run cover 4. Now, again, I probably won't press. I don't like to press, but I did want to show you what it looked like. And again, with this left side, if you are running these on default, what you can do is, let's say I want a hard flat. We can put X in a hard flat. We can put them in a soft squat. I'll go hard flat now, but just to kind of close some gaps, we'll just do that. And let's go ahead and snap the ball here, snap it, and you see overall your coverage should be pretty good. Again, you can kind of go over there, use your corner routes if you want, but you see overall the quarter flat's going to be a very aggressive zone. It really just depends on who's going to match onto who. Now, the weakness of the defense is going to be your press coverage. And also, it also depends on who you're going to user. Now, if we're going up against bunch, likely I'm going to user this guy over here. Because we have so much help on that left side, I'm going to user this right guy. So for plays like smash return, where you see the tight ends kind of getting wide open here, being able to user him is going to definitely help us out. And you should see everything else defended well. So again, match coverage. You see how the quarter flat's going to match onto the flat. That's why we take this this corner route. And also, I'll show you another thing, especially kind of going back to corner routes. We saw that the baseline press didn't really stop it. And I'm going against smash return because it is one of the best plays in the game. So if this becomes an issue, simple enough, man him up, and then you can still actually run the exact same setup over on this left side. And again, because we don't have a 3 receiver hook, I'm fine manning this guy up, and then we can, let's say we run something like verticals. If it's a verticals type play, we can actually kind of lurk over, go back, and then you see RB. He definitely does get a slightly open over there, but again, if you notice him getting open, that's where you can adjust your zone drops on your flats, if I'm not mistaken. So overall, I think you should be good going like that. Certain routes, of course, are going to be pretty good against it. A lot of the routes in this game are unguardable, but overall against like bums, and again, we're in bunch. I'm going to go into some other plays just to give you guys a look at what it looks like, but overall it should be pretty good against most coverages. Bunch, again, is one of the better formations. And also, just because you're running the cover 4 adjustment that I mentioned earlier does not mean you can actually not run this default. If you want to run a default, let's say we go up against like a flood play, just a basic flood. If we want to run this cover 4 default, you'll see it actually does a pretty good job at defending it. Now, against flood, the weakness is going to be the outside here, but you see everything else just defended pretty dang well there. Now, again, late plays can be a problem. I don't know. I think Carson Wentz just broke 5 sacks there, but again, when those routes kind of don't stop matching, you saw we had 4 guys kind of in the same area, so that's where you got to be on. Pay attention with your user. Pretty simple though. Just pay attention. So again, keep that in mind. But overall, you could definitely run this cover 4 drop stock, and it would be pretty good. Just against like some random plays. Let's go to like a PA drop. You see against this play, everything is defended well, picked up on. Again, the running back is not defended, but certain routes will not get matched up on, like ghost routes. But other than that, most routes will get picked up on. Those certain out routes that get in spots, especially if you're in that position. Now, I will show verticals maybe a little bit later, but against verticals, the reason you don't run the cover 2 on the wide side is because it gets open on the vertical wheel route gets open on that deep right side. So that's obviously why you won't do it. Going back to our original setup, I want to show it against some other plays. So we're gonna hop into some other plays. Let's go with like a mesh post type of look. Go with something like this. We'll go ahead and snap the ball here. And you see again, I'm going to kind of lurk over on Y, and then you can go back to B. But overall, the hitch defended well, the flat defended well, both matched up on. That wheel route's not going to get matched up on. But overall, the rest of the coverage is pretty good. You see there, it would definitely be caged. Again, here is mesh post. Here's our setup on offense. We go ahead, base align, clad flat, deep half. Again, don't run cover 4 20 plays in a row or you will get beat, but mix it in just the right amount. You see, lurked over, and again, I kind of slept on that play with my user. I don't know what I was really looking at, but you would kind of go from wheel route to other route or the post route in this particular scenario. So again, pretty good coverage there. Going into some other plays, let's go to like a Z spot. Let's go ahead, streak B, and then we'll just, you could actually run this play max protect, but we'll kind of run it like this. I do believe this is pretty good coverage. And again, you don't have to cloud flat if you don't want to, but over here you see RB, he's slightly open. If you notice RB getting a little bit open, if he's going with a lot of corner outs, what you can do is baseline press, and I believe that would defend the corner out a little bit better. So again, if we baseline press, I think it's a little bit better coverage. And also what the deep half does, it also prevents a lot of cover 4 beaters going from that right side to the left side. You're pretty much just turning it into a cover 6, but you have an extra quarter flat, if that makes sense. So it's basically a cover 6 on that left side, but you have an extra quarter flat on the left that you cannot quick adjust into. So it's something that you can really only do out of a cover 4 base, if that makes any sense. So again, we might streak B, snap the ball here, and you see the baseline pressed now has it absolutely bagged. And again, these corners not necessarily the best, but you see baseline pressing is going to help out with those types of corner routes. So just find out what works for you, what he's doing offensively, and then you can simply adjust into kind of whatever you like. As far as some of the other things you can do, generally I do like to leave these hook curls But if I wanted to, I could definitely man up someone like RB, especially if he's running verticals, because he's going to defend him well. In the case that it's a corner out, he's also going to pick up well. Let's go to flood here. If they're running flood, he's going to defend well. So if you want kind of a safe guy to man him up on, a safe route that's going to take away the fact that you have to use her over there, I think the out route is a really good job. You see the quarter flat just defends the flats a ton. So because the quarter flats go into the flats, a lot of time RB is going to be the one going on any kind of a deep route, either to the left or the right side. So he's a safe guy to man up, in my opinion. And it's going to just allow you to do really a lot with your user and not have to focus in on maybe having to defend that right sideline. So again, we will just run it the same way, but all I'm going to do is just man up Zach Pascal in this case. Now, there's not really a way to get pressure out of here, and the gap shoots are not the best, so it's not going to be the best run defense. But again, overall, if he's going to the flats with this running back a lot, we can actually hard flat over there, and that will definitely take it away. You see Jonathan Taylor's bags. The out route should be defended well, and again, get some good man coverage, guys, as we drop a pick. It's Madden 22, what's new? But get some good man coverage, guys, so that they don't get absolutely cooked. But even then, a lot of times you'll have some zones, and not everybody's going to leave flat routes out there. So if they were to run something like this, I believe it would be defended pretty well. So we'll set it up. As far as the soft squat goes, I'm not the biggest fan of leaving a soft squat out there, but you have the opportunity to play a little bit more aggressive on that left side if you want. So I didn't really look at the right, so we might set it up again, but I do think it was defended a little bit better, as I have no idea how we caught that. Maybe baseline press, man him up, soft squat. And then again, make sure you deep half. It's important to remember that, because if you don't, you will get beat on that outside, so the boundary on that left-hand side. So let's go like a little wheel route here, as I forgot to put A back into a blocking. But I'll show just one more combination, and I might actually go ahead and streak the tight end just to give you guys different looks. So we'll go back to Z spot here, kind of run our play like this, and we'll again set up our universal coverage. Also, you can check out other cover 4 videos that I have posted if you want some more ideas on what you can actually do. But again, can lurk over on RB, lurk back on that slant, kind of defend. And when you're using the right side, kind of you're defending deep on that right, because we don't have 2 zones over there. We have 2 zones on the left. So a lot of times I like to use this linebacker in the mid or in the hook curl on that right side and have him jump from place to place. But overall, it's going to do for the video. If you enjoyed, drop a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel down below, and peace. I'm out of here.